I haven't posted in a while. My video schedule just non-existent at this point. But anyways, today I want to talk about my maladaptive daydreaming. I've been experiencing for about 10 years. This doesn't get easier. It doesn't get easier to talk about, but I'm definitely more open up to sell it. And to those who don't know what maladaptive daydreaming is, it's where a person excessively daydreams for hours and hours, and it's kind of an impulse and they can't control it. As for me, I can control it now, here and now. I can control it. But that doesn't mean that it came without causing me suffering and just being torturous for me. When the first happened, it popped out of nowhere. It was just like an uninvited guest that just killed my mind. The amount of stuff I've been through over there, it's just so much. There's so much. Some days we're happy, some days just complete torture. Other days as well, I had to pull through even though I didn't want to. If it weren't for my friends that I made in my daydreaming, then I wouldn't be able to have gone that far. Not for myself anyways, but if it was for them, then I would do anything for them because they've done so much.
Hello everybody, this is Joseph Brownlee. Welcome to Real Talk Live, my YouTube channel. Welcome to another episode of My Life with MDD, Maladaptive Daydreaming. A new coined disorder, not discovered, but the name was coined by Professor Eli Sommer from Israel, Professor Eli Sommer. For the last several videos, if you've been following my YouTube, I've been putting a lot of attention, laser focus on this disorder called MDD, Maladaptive Daydreaming. Check out my last few videos if you are a newcomer. If you are a subscriber, you will get these videos as I upload them, so you will know what I'm putting up on video and everything. So my video is basically dealing with all types of topics looked at in a biblical perspective. I put a lot of emphasis on Bible study, rightly divided, mid-Acts 9. I put a lot of emphasis on mental disorder. I put a lot of emphasis on retirement, a lot of emphasis on business on this channel, and mind growth mindset. That's what this channel is all about for my newbies or my curiosity listeners. But the last several videos I have been doing, 8 or whatever videos I have been doing, is basically on MDD, telling my bio about my struggle over 50 years of maladaptive daydreaming. And also the music, a lot of my music deals with, a couple of songs anyway, deals with maladaptive daydreaming. If you like music, beautiful music, uplifting music, music that has a message to it. Some written by me and some created by AI, files the music and the sound. And right now I'm dealing with MDD. I'm about 90% delivered from MDD. I'm delivered from the long Maladreams. I don't do any Maladreams anymore. I don't have any desires to do any Maladreams anymore. I call them Maladreams, not the scientific industry. But I call them Maladreams because to be spectrum from the spectrum, I believe diagnosed with maladaptive daydreaming is prolonged, excessive, extreme hours of daydreaming. If your daydreaming affects your job, your surroundings, your relationships, your schooling, and just takes a lot away from your life, that's a that's a big sign that you suffer from maladaptive daydreaming. And there's more to that, but I'll talk about that later on. I want to get to this young lady's testimony. Now, I want you to understand. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's some type of trauma. Was she born like this, or was she in some type of trauma? It's kind of hard to understand what she is saying, but that's why I just turned the volume up, and I want you to listen very closely to what she is saying, and just pay attention to it. Hold on one second. Let me just turn these curtains down so you can get a better view. It won't be a lot of glare. So I'm going to shut the curtains now. I'll be back. Curtains. All right. So to get a better glare, to stop the glaring, I'll turn everything off. So I want you to see this. I want you to listen to. I don't know. I looked at. I seen these videos because I like to just go through the videos myself before I post them on my YouTube and make sure these people actually have NDD. Or I can't promise and just say everyone that these videos I may show you have maladaptive daydreaming, but they believe they have maladaptive daydreaming, and I'm not going to differentiate from them. I'm not going to say anything different because I don't know. You know, from a person that struggled for over 50 years, I do know the symptoms, and I'm not saying this to be bragging of a person with the spectrums or comorbidities of maladaptive daydreaming. But I just get random videos and I just throw them up there because I want people to hear other people's story with their struggles with MDD, because we are different from each other and everything. What may be happening in this young lady's mind, and I believe it's based on her trauma. Maybe she had an accident or something. I don't know. But it's kind of hard to understand it, but I'm giving her a chance and everything like that because I want you to listen to all people that struggles with MDD. No matter what they go through, I don't care if you're black, you're white, what ethnicity, it doesn't matter. If you have some type of other deformed physical aspect that's wrong, which it does not matter. Millions of people suffer with maladaptive daydreaming, or they get misdiagnosed. They might be struggling for OCD, obsessive compulsive, or ADHD, or they might have all three, like me, have the spectrums of that. So, but maladaptive daydream is going to mostly always deal predominantly with long, extreme daydreams, like you went into a trance. That's the gist, and body movements and hand movements and stuff like that. So let's continue with this young lady's story, and and put the spotlight on her. God bless her to even have the courage to talk about her situation, even with the trauma and the deformity that she already goes through, whatever caused this. But she struggles with MDD, and it may be caused because of the trauma. Because the cause is different with different people. I don't really know my cause. I believe my cause started with my ADHD and that I was closed in and I was ashamed. My comprehension was very slow, and my learning was very slow. I believe mine started with that. I don't have any proof. I'm just talking anecdotally. But many people transition to MDD for different reasons. Okay, so let's just get that out there. Let's continue.
They were supportive, nice, and reassuring constantly throughout it all. If it was for them, then we would be able to keep this garden this strong. And we will be garden strong because throughout it all, throughout the suffering, fighting, that's all it has been through over there. If it wasn't for them, then it wouldn't have been worth it. It wouldn't have been meaningful and impactful. It just would have been more suffering.
I believe she, if I heard her right, I believe she talking about if it wasn't for her friends. It sort of sounded like she said earlier that if it wasn't for her friends, she wouldn't have got this far. Like I said, because of speech impediment, because of her deformity and whatever she went through. Lord bless her heart to get up here and talk like this and really open her up about MDD. She's not talking about her trauma or her deformity or her handicap. She's talking about MDD. This is how strong MDD is. When you could talk about excessive, extreme daydreaming more than you can talk about your deformity. Now, she probably talked about before on previous videos. I'm not sure because I haven't followed her. I've subscribed to it. I'm going to check out her other videos, But right now, she just focusing on her struggle with maladaptive daydreaming, MDD.
So, my friends made it bearable. My friends were there to guide me when I didn't want to myself. And not being able to tell anyone for 10 years, it really took a toll on me. I mean, it just kept bugging me, day in and day out, until it just broken me, until I wanted to tell anyone to sell my experience because it just bugged me that much. And even though I told them, I still wasn't satisfied. I still wasn't reassured because they didn't know what to say. They didn't know what to do. All they could have done was listen to me. For the past 10 years, I had to theorize for years and years what's been going on with me. And I have my theories here and there, but to get a good one was just, I was basically just being detective on myself to see what was going on with me. And when I did come with the explanation for myself, I still wasn't satisfied because I don't know. To me, it was just an excuse, a lie that I told myself. So the explanation, it was better than nothing, but it wasn't enough to make me happy, make me be reassured. So I just kept going and going until I just became broken. And I had no one to tell. No one. For the past 10 years. Not even myself. Because who would believe that? Who would believe everything I've been through? And they would just call me crazy or insane, or you're just insane. And that's been my life for the past decade. And I had to live with it, even though I didn't want to. It broke in me, it sucked me, until just glass on the floor, broken glass on the floor. But my friends and the daydreaming, they were the glue that held me on together, that made me not go into the deep darkness that I was destined to go to. If it was for them. It was because of them that I got as strong that I'm here right now. And for that I owed him a lot. And they'll forever in my debt. And I know I will do the same for them that they did to me. And even the enemies that helped me a lot too. Even if it was in their own ways, and own method. At the beginning of the 10th year, I just snapped. And I just had a complete mental breakdown of it all. And my friend got to see a therapist for the first time about this problem. And he told me that my mind is basically playing out my trauma in a very advanced way, and that because the reason I'm daydreaming and have all these characters and adventures is because my daydream is compensating for what I missed out in life. Or my mind is compensating for what I missed out in life. And if it was for that, I won't be able to go at that much. I will be going but at a much slower pace. And when I heard that, I just cried so much. Just to finally get that clarification.
Something she said, I want to stop, but I don't like interrupting a lot of videos, but because I don't like to take nobody, testimony, nothing, just interrupting. I never like to do that. But something she hit on the nail is the loneliness. That's one of them, and the mental pain, not physical. It probably be physical with her too, but mental pain that you go through when you struggle with maladaptive daydreaming, because you can't explain it, you can't tell no one. Like she said, people think you're crazy. Back then, there was no way, like I do now, I would be able to just talk to nobody, not even family members, about my struggle, because we always ignorant. We just did not know, not knowing. There would have been no way I could just open up and tell my family that I was struggling with something that I didn't even know what it was. See, I just found out the name that was coined, going over a year or so ago, a couple of years. So her pain that she's going through, I've been there, done that, isolated. That's why I was so isolated. Now her trauma, I'm not sure, but her trauma, whatever she's been through, probably set off her MDD. As a coping mechanism, like I said, her doctor is just a coping mechanism because of the trauma she went through. My trauma or your trauma, whoever traumas may be different. I don't know what my trauma was. I still don't know why did I wind up daydreaming like that. I believe it just had to do with my lack of learning and my introvertness. But some kicked it off. Because I can remember years of being introvert since I was little. I often was an introvert. But what kicked that off, I have no idea. It could have been because of I believe, my learning disabilities. And my closed-inness just kicked in the MDD, or the MDD kicked in the ADHD. I don't know. But I know, since we're talking about MDD, what she's talking about is so real. It is so real. You feel like you're by yourself. You feel like you're lonely. I felt like that for years, even though I have a crowd around me.
There's so much. It meant the world to me. And it felt so wonderful to get that satisfaction and that validation. I yearned for it for so many years. No one might watch this, but it's up to the person who does. Maybe you can relate, maybe you can't. I don't know. But it has been one really big adventure. and a torturous one too. But it's been a vision nonetheless that helped me feel thick and thin when no one else could. It made life more meaningful, more impactful. It made life worth living. Because enjoy now. Enjoy level now. It's just made me who I am today. The person I am. And I want for them that I'll be in another position than I am right now. I have so much more to say, but I can go on for hours. Anyways, yeah. That's my experience with Maladaptive daydreaming.
Okay. Wow. I don't know about you guys, if you're checking this out, as I put it out there, I could not really understand what she was really saying because of her speech impediment, because of her situation around her mouth area and everything like that. So I know that's kind of hard for her to try to get through and try to explain it. Just a little bit I can kind of understand so I'm not going to try to elaborate or break down what she was saying because it's most of it I just cannot understand it. But I can say this. You don't need to understand, even if it's a foreign language or an impediment in your speech. I understand where they're going or how they feel or even the facial expressions, when you're trying to talk about maladaptive daydreaming. And I can imagine back then if I tried to talk to someone, how they would probably be looking at me. Either they might think something wrong with me, like many did. They may not admit it, but I heard the laughter. I heard the smirks. I heard that, but I knew they done it out of ignorance, and they don't know how much that hurted me. But I joke about it now, but I'm just talking about back then. So I've forgiven them for all that, But my thing is, what her and a lot of people go through is that loneliness, and you feel so isolated, like you just different, because you feel like you're the only one struggling with this excessive fantasies, I like to call them. So I can understand what she's going through and everything, Without any further ado, I just want to give you another testimony, and I will be doing more of studies and on my YouTube channel about what is MDD, what is maladaptive daydreaming, as well as other comorbidities like ADHD, PhD, fibromyalgia, well, lots, especially women suffering their bodies. There's a lot of things I want to talk about. I want to get this out there because there's something going on besides seeing. That's why millions of people are struggling with so many mental disorders now. They talk about cancer, but what about the mental disorder that so many people are struggling with that don't even get talked about much? There's something else that's out there besides sin. Most definitely. Besides sin and Satan the enemy. There's something out there besides that's in the food, in the hospitals, in the medicines. There's many things out there why a lot of people are suffering, as well as spiritual attacks. I'm not saying demonic attacks. I'm just saying spiritual attacks and different things like that. Because Satan will take advantage of any kind of disorder, mentally or physically. Satan will get a hold to it. He can't take control of you, but he can't take advantage of your disorder. I have no doubt about that, okay? I'm getting to that in another video by itself. The spiritual aspects, of this, and the evil movement, the evil spiritual and maybe demonic aspects that can use this to keep a person. Because some people don't want to. Some people want to keep maladaptive daydream. They use it as their creativeness. Some people like it. They don't want to let it go. I'm against it, but that's on there. The reason being because you'll never find yourself. You'll never find your true identity. And I'm all about the identity on this channel, finding your true self and your identity. Because we have so many masks, in front of us, we don't know. And then we got another issue, whether it's mental or physical. My thing is not to talk to people to help them keep it, but try to get rid of it. Try to cope with it. because it's not nothing normal. I don't think it's anything you should try to hold on to, because that gives leadway to the enemy, the devil, to just Satan and his minions to just keep you influenced by something more deeper than what you in already. Okay, so you need to be careful with that. All right, now this is Joseph Browning, Real Talk Life. I changed my name now on YouTube to Real Talk Life. And if you're interested in content like this, and you see things that you're interested in my channel, please feel free to subscribe. I'm looking for more viewers and everything. Please subscribe, and I will bring more content. And please bring up any suggestions that you would like to see on my channel in the future. Okay, God bless you all. And remember this: you don't have to be saved first to be forgiven. You already have been forgiven. Now you can be saved. God bless you all. Love you all. Peace out.